Oh, Tumini and Paimon. Fancy that. I didn't expect to run into you two here.
Hmm?
Oh, hey, Coach Yan-san. What are you doing here all by yourself?
Well then, a new voice.
Just so you know, Paimon didn't come here to train. Paimon's not looking to sign up for any diet plan or bodybuilding class right now.
All right, got it. But seriously, what do you take me for? Some coach from hell? I'd never force a student into something they didn't want to do. That being said, a little aerobic exercise would probably do you some good. You could take over my patrol for a while. That would count.
That sounds more like helping you out.
Yeah. All jokes aside, you're right. I'm looking for some help. The Collective of Plenty is holding a bodybuilding competition soon, and so many people have been busy squeezing in their last-minute workouts that we've run out of staff for patrols.
Oh, so you've stepped in to cover their work. But don't you have a last-minute workout to do too?
I'm good. For one thing, I believe peak conditioning can only be achieved through consistent training over a long time span. Cramming in a workout at the last minute does next to nothing for you. But more pertinently, well, as you can probably imagine, I'm not able to compete in any of the most popular weight classes, and there's no real competition in my own weight class.
Damn.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh no, don't look at Paimon like that. We are not the same weight class, and no way is Paimon competing against you.
Why does this give me like
let's just help with the patrol, all right?
mice?
Otherwise, Yan-san's gonna make Paimon enter a bodybuilding competition.
Perfect. I managed to get you on board with just one look.
Alright, Coach, we'll help you out.
Thank you both. It should be pretty routine. Just keep your eyes peeled and make sure nothing strange is going on in the area. That'll free me up to check the other section. Let's meet back at the settlement when we're both done.
That's kind of loose to
Just
say
leave
that
it to us.
knowing a
We're
constant
experts
erupting
at strolling and
volcano.
patrolling, don't you worry.
Alright. So up here?
What's this? Was there always a cave here? We should go take a
Answer
look.
to the question is probably not.
Hey, there's a hilichurl here. Is it sleeping? Doesn't look very hostile. Why is it hiding away here? Ah! You woke it up! Huh? It ran away! Oh, guess our reputation in Natland is more fearsome than we thought. Even hilichurls don't want to mess with us now.
Something on the ground.
You mean
What
that
is that?
shiny thing? Huh. Must have dropped it as it ran off. Huh. Paimon bets that hilichurl thought it was a priceless treasure. It was probably planning to hide it here for safekeeping. Until we showed up. Let Paimon take a look. Hilichurls aren't the brightest, so it might not be worth much, but still.
Uh-oh.
What is it? You look so serious all of a sudden. Isn't this just a regular old key? The style is unusual, though. Doesn't look Natlanese. Where do you think it's from?
What the... What? Huh? I am taking IRL literally my glasses off. Ain't no way I'm reading that correctly. The key to a hibernation chamber on the spaceship?
What do you mean? What hibernation chamber? What spaceship?
What? That really trips
Wait,
me.
you mean the spaceship? The one that brought you to Teyvat?
Yeah. Okay. That's the one.
So, how did that key show up here? Are you sure you didn't just drop it?
I've always made sure to keep it safe and sound.
Whoa! Yeah! These look identical! So, if one of them's yours, does that mean The other one is...
One belongs to me and the other to my brother.
Knew it! Huh, the keys to a spaceship! Huh, somehow that really rams home the fact that you really are an actual alien. Oh, wait, no, descender. But anyway, now we know where it came from. The question is, how did it get here? The simplest explanation is that your brother lost his key somewhere not far from here, then that Hilichurl found it and ducked into the nearest cave to hide it. If that's true, it means your brother was here recently.
The Abyss Order was probably here as well.
Yeah. Man, this is so crazy. We only agreed to help with the Anson's patrol on a whim. And now, we've made this bombshell discovery and found a huge lead on your brother. Should we keep following this trail while it's hot? Or do you think we should check back in with the Anson?
Ah, there you are. Looks like you went the extra mile today. Thanks for being so diligent.
Oh, hey, Eon-san, what's up? Didn't think we'd see you again till we headed back to the settlement. We were actually just about to go meet up with you. We've made a huge discovery today.
I came here to let you know that you don't need to keep patrolling anymore. The bodybuilding competition has just been canceled, so the usual squad will be resuming their normal duties. They'll be here to take over shortly.
Wait, canceled? Why? What happened?
The Abyss Order attacked.
Okay. Didn't expect our suspicions to be confirmed so quickly. Good lord. And if it sounds like they're on the move again. I feel like that's a little jumping the gun because I feel like the game never really bothered expounding if he's even in charge. If the twin's even in charge. Because last time I checked,
I've heard of the Abyss Order, but this is the first time I've known them to take organized action on such a large scale. It's like they're preparing to go to war against our entire nation.
One little sect versus the entire nation of war? How are they expecting to pull that off?
It's the Abyss Order.
Based on everything we've seen from them so far, they usually prefer to act in the shadows. So, what's different about it this time? What could they be after?
No clue. All we know is that they've attacked our tribe, but that doesn't tell us much. Our defenses are holding strong so far, so I'm gonna head to the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and see what Mawika knows. If there's any information out there, she's the one people report to. Oh, want to come with me? I'm sure everyone will feel better knowing that the hero of Natlan is on the case.
Well, I'm keen to find out more about the situation.
Great. Then let's head over together.
It's space and time for you. What in the world? What a... just like... on that ship that traversed the Sea of Stars. Okay. What?
Mawika!
I never missed this area.
Ah, great timing, Eon-san. I was just about to send someone for you. And it's good to see the travelers with you.
How are things looking? What's the latest word from the messengers?
The Abyss Order has been spotted near several tribes at the same time. Clearly, this is a coordinated strike. Also, their numbers are much higher than expected. Their organization appears to have grown considerably, but because they're usually so secretive, this is the first we're learning of it.
It sounds like they're throwing everything they have at us. What are they trying to achieve?
That's what I'd like to know as well. Historically, Natlan has not been a hotbed of Abyss Order activity, and we have no particular quarrel with them.
Well,
Could it be revenge, perhaps?
yeah.
Would they want to get back at us for a recent victory over the Abyss?
Seems unlikely. But then again, Paimon wouldn't put anything past the Abyss Order.
It's too early to say anything definite. For the time being, we should continue monitoring the situation.
How are the battles going? Not too many casualties, hopefully?
Well, even if they're committing all their forces to the fight, they're in for a tough time. Our brave warriors have just emerged victorious from an all-out fight against the Abyss itself.
Yep. We have a whole nation's worth of seasoned veterans fighting for us.
Compared to the true Abyss, the Abyss Order poses a far smaller threat. They cannot endlessly replenish their forces, for starters. However, this is still a war, so we must give it our all and do our utmost to minimize casualties. The tribes are organizing their defenses as we speak. Traveler, this is one war that Natlan can handle on its own. If you wish to stay out of it, you'll be safe here at the stadium with me.
Nope, this one is personal for me.
Oh? In what way?
Well, the current leader. Which I feel like that's loose to
Yep,
say, knowing...
that's how it is.
Wouldn't it be Sertology?
I see. My goodness, that is very personal indeed. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any idea what his goal could be?
That's what I want to know as well.
Safe to say, they're not exactly on the best terms at the moment. Ever since Paimon met the Traveler, she's been trying to track her brother down and get some answers. But he's been avoiding her.
I see. So you two have fallen out. Huh. A pretty common occurrence between siblings.
Well, yeah, that may be. But the stakes are a little higher where these two are involved.
Yeah, world-ending stakes.
They certainly are. Although somehow it doesn't surprise me that a spat between the Traveler and Twin could affect the fate of the entire world. Just so I'm clear, you're still on Natlan's side, and you have no idea what your sibling is after. Is that right?
I might even hate the Abyss Order more than you do.
Well, that's a relief. When you first mentioned your sibling, I was worried we were about to be thrust into an impossible position. Our reports say that the Abyss Order has focused most of their efforts against the Masters of the Nightwind. If you don't plan on staying here with me, I'd recommend going there to lend them a hand.
Sounds great.
I'll join you. Right now, the Collective of Plenty isn't facing a serious threat, so we should support the other tribes.
Many thanks, you two. Anything you need, send word to me right away.
Alrighty. Okay.
Look, it's Eulalie.
And she's not drunk.
Huh, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Are you here to reinforce us?
How are things looking? Mawika told us to come here.
Oh, the situation must be pretty dire if it's managed to get Eulalie out of the house.
Dire? No, I wouldn't go that far. It's mostly just irritating. I heard we're being hit the hardest out of all the tribes. What are they trying to imply? They just think we're pushovers or something?
Or we all know something.
The more I thought about it, the angrier I got. I couldn't exactly concentrate on my novel after that, so... well, here I am.
So, that's how they earned the ire of Granny Eatsley, huh?
They call themselves the Abyss Order, yes? Ugh, so tasteless. It's exactly the kind of two-dimensional name a clueless writer picks because they don't trust the rest of their writing to persuade the reader of who the real villains are.
Hey, she's saying your brother has poor taste.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one who thinks that.
Wait, what? Are you saying her brother is a member of the Abyss Order? I only said
Exactly
that
what I
because I was
said.
mad. But maybe I went too far?
Hey, let's save the chat for later.
Oh, hello.
We've got some enemies incoming.
Good. A much-needed chance to vent my frustration. And not a moment too soon. Things were getting awkward there. Luckily, I'll never have to find out just how badly the rest of that conversation was gonna go.
That's
You didn't have to say that last part out loud, Eulalie. Anyway, let's get him!
What is that smug look?
Settle down!
Jim! Clouds high. The birds come!
Show no mercy! Yeah!
Wind strider!
Okay, hello, Rift Hounds.
Phew.
Wasn't expecting to see
Much
them.
better. That's more like it.
Whew, impressive work, Granny Eatsley. If I'd known you were on the case already, I might have reconsidered whether your tribe really needed reinforcements.
If anyone should be reconsidering, it's the Abyss Order. They picked the wrong target this time.
Experience says that if we head in the direction they were attacking from, we should find their stronghold. Why don't we press our advantage and destroy their base? They won't know what hit them.
Hey, was there a battle here just now? Need any help?
The warriors from the Masters of the Nightwind are here!
The battle against the Abyss is still fresh on our minds, so everyone's used to working together. Well, morale's high and everyone's here. Let's go take down that stronghold!
Get to work!
Bow your head. Fallen leaves, adorn my night, wind strider.
Show no mercy!
Forward! Crush them!
Duly noted. Darkwind candlestick, struck by the believers in the abyss and chaos. Constant absorb. Oh, great. Destroy these. Got it.
What is that thing? It's like it's draining the strength right from my body. Find a way to destroy it! The Abyss Order's resistance is faltering. Now's our chance!
Let the mighty be humble.
The wind knows me.
Suffer the wrath of Eatsley!
Warriors! Attack! After them!
You must be the boss. Time to show you what happens when you mess with the Masters of the Nightwind!
All who resist the abyss will pay the price.
Get to work! You two! Time to end!
On, reveal that!
Hear the echoes of the valley!
Fulfill our pact! Eat Laline! Eat Papa! Get him! Sha! Sha!
There we go.
This stronghold is neutralized.
Shut it.
Good work, everyone.
The Abyss Order's all bark and no bite.
To be honest, this was anticlimactic. I was hoping for a personal apology at the very least. And ideally, a whole speech acknowledging the superior might of the Masters of the Nightwind. Well, whatever. I'll just have to make up for it with some extra wine at the victory feast.
With the stronghold cleared, this area should be safe for the time being. But still, something tells me we can't afford to let our guard down yet. Maybe it's just me, but an enemy under siege normally defends their stronghold at all costs. The fighting gets more and more intense right till the bitter end. But this time was different. With a few exceptions, most of the enemies here gave up and fled the moment that... well, I don't know, but it seemed like they sensed something.
Huh? Not sure I follow. They did a tactical retreat, that's all. It's just a different strategy.
I'm not convinced. Don't forget, they're radicals who chose to wage war on an entire nation. They don't do things in half measures. It seems out of character to cut their losses and run like that.
So you're saying there's more to this than meets the eye?
I'm saying we don't know enough to be sure of anything at this stage. So let's stay alert and keep our defenses at the ready.
So we're no wiser as the Abyss Order's objective. Act square one. If only I could get Ether to talk to me, I could get answers for all of us. That our keys are our only way, so our only lead so
Paimon
far.
had a hunch you might say that. But you're right. If we can somehow use that key to track down your sibling, maybe we can end this war before things get serious. And maybe you can finally get some answers.
Wait, you're leaving? But I was still debating whether to invite you to the first victory feast.
Go ahead, you two. See, Lolly and I will take care of things here.
Don't count your eggs before they hatch. Okay. Or is it taking us out of a sequence? Okay, there we go. I was like, okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
And we're back where we started. That Hilichurl probably found the key nearby, right? Let's look around for clues. There's no time to waste. Beyonce and St. Lolly are waiting for us. Ugh. We've scoured the entire area, but still nothing. How the heck did the key end up in that Hilichurl's hands? Are we supposed to believe that it just fell out of your brother's pocket as he passed by? Seems kind of ludicrous to lose something so important in such a dumb way. But then again, who knows? Sometimes in life, things just go missing and that's that.
And
Oh,
right
thank
on
goodness!
cue.
Someone's here. Please help me.
Oh, who are you? What happened?
Oh, you know things are interesting when the music changes
Now isn't
cue.
the time. Please, you've got to help me. I'm being chased by monsters and I can't keep running. Can you do something?
But where are these monsters you speak of?
Yeah, where are they? Paimon doesn't see any monsters behind you.
Huh? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. They're almost here. This really isn't the time to be joking around.
We're not. We're completely serious. We don't see any monsters.
But how? Ugh, there's no time. They're coming. We gotta run.
Where do you intend to run to?
What's wrong with that girl? She must be seeing things. Oh no! It looks like something really hit her. Maybe she was right. Quick, let's see if she's okay. What's wrong? Are you hurt? What was that?
The monsters! They're right there! You need to get out of here. It's too dangerous.
Let me help you up first. Okay. He's just out of the thin air, huh?
Huh? Oh, now you finally see them. Well, it's about time. I nearly kicked the bucket just now.
Alright.
Great! Thank you, Savior.
Savior?
Why do I feel like there's some weird time mumbo jumbo nonsense happening here?
Let the mountain flames boil!
Silence!
That was one slow
By royal decree!
There we go. That was overkill.
You done? Paimon still can't see anything, so she can't tell. It just looked like you were slicing at thin air. Kinda funny, actually. Oh, really?
What is her outfit? It gives me like Greece mythology outfit. I want to check that I got all the monsters.
Sure.
What's wrong?
It's nothing. It's okay. I can see they're all gone now. No need for you to check. I didn't think much of it when the monsters were breathing down our necks, but now that I've calmed down, holding hands with you like this, I'm just a little shy, that's all.
Didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Huh? Have you never shaken hands with someone before? You sure get flustered easily.
Well, anyway, I haven't had the chance to introduce myself yet. I'm Deirdith. Thanks for, saving me just now.
Deirdith?
I'm really grateful for your help.
No worries. Paimon's Paimon, and this is the Traveler. With her around, you'll be safe from any monsters. As long as they're visible. So, what was the deal with those monsters just now, anyway?
Your guess is as good as mine. I could see them the whole time, so when you said you couldn't, I thought you were making fun of me.
Whoa! That must have been scary. The idea that we'd stand by and laugh while some poor girl was being hunted down by monsters?
That would have made us more monsters than the monsters.
Don't worry, we aren't like that. When we say we can't see something, it's because we really can't see it. But more importantly, did the monsters hurt you? How bad is it?
It's nothing serious. But I did sprain my ankle back there. I won't be doing any more running for a while.
Well, there's a cave nearby.
Good idea. We'll take you.
Phew, thank you so much. Despite getting injured, I still feel much safer with you around. I'm gonna stay here until I heal up. Don't want to risk running into any more monsters.
Yeah, you already took a big enough risk coming out here all on your own. So, where are you from, Deirdith?
A small village, far away from here. I walked for what seemed like forever and lost my way, so... Yeah, I have no idea where I am anymore. Maybe all these trials and tribulations are part of the journey. No one said finding the Savior is gonna be easy.
Huh. That's the second time you called the Traveler a savior. What's all that about?
Oh, sorry. It just slipped out. I was caught off guard. The resemblance is so uncanny. Anyway, let me start from the beginning. There was once a sage who passed through my village. People got the sense that she was truly omniscient. The sage said that doomsday was coming. But as that day approached, a savior would reveal themselves to us. The day of disaster is almost upon us, so my grandmother begged me to leave the village and find the savior before it's too late.
Doomsday?
I've heard people talk about the savior since I was a kid. Growing up, it really made an impression on me. The description is practically etched into my mind. So when I saw your golden hair for the first time, it was like this image that's existed in my mind's eye all these years.
What in the
Suddenly
multiverse
came to
is this
life.
nonsense?
Everything matched.
Oh, so that's why you were lost for words when you first saw her. Well, the Traveler's definitely got what it takes to be a savior, and she's already got a ton of titles, so she won't mind one extra.
Actually, I don't think it's her.
What? But didn't you say that everything matched?
Everything except the gender. The savior
There it
was
is.
described as a young man.
Oh, for goodness sake. There are gender requirements to be a savior? Really?
I think I know who it is.
Oh, of course. If it's not you, then it's gotta be him.
Who? Who is it?
My brother?
You have a brother?
Well, then that's it. Oh, it's him. It has to be. Oh, thank goodness. Please, can you take me to see him?
Well, that's the problem.
Huh. Maybe, if you're lucky. It just depends if we can find him.
Huh? But isn't he your brother?
Sorry. Looks like Paimon steered this conversation back to the fallout between you two. It wasn't on purpose, but that's the reality, so it's hard to avoid.
Okay, fair enough. But since you're looking for him anyway, why don't we team up? We might stand a better chance if we work together.
You always believe that the savior will come?
Yes. Everyone says that the disaster is inevitable. But the savior will rescue us all from our pain and suffering. I've always dreamed of meeting the savior.
Do you really buy this whole doomsday thing? Seems kind of far-fetched.
I don't think it's the far-fetched part. I think it's far too in the past. I think it's pretty obvious that she is not from our timeline.
See? She broke eye contact. Sure sign of a guilty conscience. Time to press her for answers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's wrong, Deirdis? Something's clearly bothering you. You want to tell us what's going through your mind?
Oh, I just, how should I put it? The Traveler looks just like the savior of my dreams. And it's not every day that the savior of your dreams swoops in and saves the day in your moment of crisis. So I'm just a little overwhelmed, that's all. 3 seconds of unbroken eye contact is the limit. I don't think my mind and body can handle any more than that.
What do you mean, limit? What happens after 3 seconds?
Just use your imagination.
I'm sorry. Please forget that I said anything. Let's just leave it there for now. Like I said, I'm going to hide here until I feel well enough to move again. If you manage to find the savior in the meantime, please come and let me know. Thank you.
Are you sure you'll be okay here on your own? Do you have enough to eat?
I'll be fine. I might not be much of a fighter, but I know how to stay hidden. And if I get hungry, I'm sure I'll find something around here. Don't worry about that.
All right then. Well, take care. Being on your own isn't easy. What a mysterious girl.
Fate is now
We should
right
definitely keep an eye on her. But hey, at least she seems to like you. And it sounds like she's gonna help look for your brother when she's healed. Anyway, this is probably all the progress we're gonna make for now. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind and see if they need our help.
Oh, you're back! How did it go? Find anything?
Well,
Nothing substantial, unfortunately. But we had the weirdest experience.
So I take it that the war's still on?
no progress yet, I'm afraid.
That's okay. I just wasn't sure, because things seemed to be at a standstill while you were gone. The Abyss Order hasn't attacked us, and since we don't know what they're planning, we haven't made a move either. In a word, it's a stalemate. The guards have been keeping watch around the clock, but for everyone else, you wouldn't even know we're at war.
Huh. Really makes you wonder what the Abyss Order's thinking.
I was wondering, Traveler, if you have the time, could you go and pay a visit to the guards? They've been working a pretty demanding schedule. I was gonna go see them myself, but I'm sure they'd appreciate a visit from the greatest hero of our time.
Oh, but you're a great hero too, Ian-san.
This is technically my sibling's fault, so...
Great. Thanks, you two.
Why do I feel like we're now seeing the effects that the Luma Fate is doing? Just a hunch. It's a wild one. Just a hunch. That's all it is.
Wow! Tumaini, our hero. We've actually fought together before. You probably don't remember it, though.
Yeah, of course I do.
You do?
In fact,
Then it's
remember that
truly an honor to serve alongside you once more.
Thank you for standing guard this whole time.
It's all good. Honestly, it's not been that much work. Haven't heard a peep from the enemy.
Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing that would indicate an impending attack. I've spotted a bunch of Abyss Order operatives, but they weren't acting hostile, just hanging around. There were even moments when they seemed to be meditating. At least, that's what it looked like to me. Maybe it's part of their religion or something. Out of an abundance of caution, I asked some shamans from the tribe to take a look and see if there was anything nefarious at work. But they didn't sense anything untoward, so we just put it down to religious ceremony and left them to it.
Well, that's not a good thing to say.
Huh.
No, I know.
Interesting. Oh well, the more time they spend meditating, the less time they spend trying to beat us to a pulp.
Could this be related to their true objective?
Well, the shamans didn't raise any concerns, so how bad could it be? As far as I'm concerned, so long as they don't pose an active threat, they can do all the cult worship activities they want.
Well, that's
Besides,
the problem.
as soon as everything's in place and we're ready for an all-out offensive, there'll be no match for us.
Huh. Sounds like morale is pretty high. Guess there's strength and confidence in numbers. Let's keep going, traveler.
Huh? Is that Tumaini? What brings you here? Is this like a meet and greet? I wasn't.
Chill, my dude.
I'm so nervous.
Hey, come on! You'd march to war without so much as blinking. What's so scary about a chat with a traveler, huh?
That
It's not
face
the same
from the
thing at
trailer.
all. There are plenty of chances to go to war, but a one-on-one chat with our great hero, that could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. How can I not be
face.
nervous?
Just the
What if I
smug-
say something wrong?
Just that smug expression.
Or if my posture's bad? Or if I
my
accidentally
God.
make a weird expression with my face? One bad impression can stick for life.
No one's here to judge you on your
Good
posture
Lord.
or your facial expressions. Relax.
Bro is like moving and twitching more
then.
than anyone.
I'm sorry, great hero, but I have a small favor to ask.
What Paimon guess? An autograph, right? That's easy.
May I challenge you to a fight?
Alrighty,
What?
buddy.
How
That
can you
went.
be so audacious and so sheepish at the same time?
It's just pathetic.
Huh. Paimon's starting to think your nervousness is all just an act.
I mean, it went from one direction to the
no,
other.
no,
real
of
quick.
course not. I just figured that if I don't ask now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. But I am still on patrol, so please, Great Paimon, if you wouldn't mind taking over for me for just a few minutes?
Oh my god.
Ugh. Again with the sheepish audacity. Just pick one or the other, will you?
I think it's a fair request. Okay, oh. That drum roll.
Obviously, I never expected to win, but until now, I didn't appreciate just how great the gulf was between us. I'll be bragging about the day I got to spar with Tumaini for the rest of my life. Today's really my lucky day.
Ugh. Paimon can't keep up with you. Your tone has changed all over again. Now you've had a spar with the traveler. What gives?
Ain't
Well,
no way the
Some
writers
people connect
really
through
are referencing
conversation,
this
but
joke.
we warriors bond by sparring. And now that I've had a bout with the hero, we're no longer strangers. Nothing to be nervous about anymore.
Okay.
I can't
To each
help.
their own. but Paimon's still gonna stick to conversation.
Can't help but feel this dialogue was a little directed a bit IRL at some people. Or certain groups of people. Can't tell. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Not at all. We haven't spotted any new enemy movements.
As Paimon expected, nothing here either. Let's do another lap and get back to Yan-san.
You're back. So, did the guards find anything?
Nothing much, no. Someone mentioned that the Abyss Order has been doing some kind of meditation or prayer, but apparently it seemed harmless. Paimon wants to lodge a complaint about one of the guards, though. His name's Kentaro.
Yes. He wasn't a problem.
Traveler? You're back already? No one thought to wake me up, huh?
In fairness, you look pretty hungover. Can't imagine anyone wanting to wake you up in that state.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly sober when I'm hungover.
Sure, that's what
okay.
every person who's
I'll admit
drunk
that sounds
says.
strange at face value, but regardless, what I meant to say is, I heard something about the Abyss Order engaging in meditation.
Yeah,
That don't sound good.
Does that mean anything to you, Lolly?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still. It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
Oh. So even someone as familiar with the ley lines as you can't tell what's going on. No wonder the shamans that Satura called to the front lines couldn't sense anything.
Yan-san, I think we should go talk to the chiefs. There's no point dragging this out. We need to take the initiative and drive the Abyss Order out of Natlan for good.
If that's the Council of Granny Eatsley, I'm sure the chiefs will agree. But it will still take us some time to gather the required force. In war, adequate planning and preparation is the key to victory.
Sure, but the finer details aren't my concern. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Just remember to come find me when you're ready to talk to the chiefs.
Actually, since you're here, Seat Lolly,
Oh? Sure, what is it?
have you ever heard of monsters?
You mean only select individuals can see them? Now that's a strange one. I guess they could be manifestations of a disturbed psyche? Or extreme negativity embodied in physical form? It could also be a simple case of dead monsters whose souls got stuck here somehow. Well, I say simple. Things quickly get
purgatory.
confusing when you start looking into monster souls. For starters, trying to figure out which classification system to use is a real pain in the...
Language.
We get it. Granny Eatsley's learning and wisdom knows no bounds. But could we just get the short answer?
Thank you,
Hey, I
Paimon.
was just thinking out loud. You really think I was just trying to flaunt my knowledge?
Really?
Anyway, the short answer is... there are many potential explanations for the kind of phenomenon you describe. That said, it's not something I've ever encountered in all my years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, if Granny Eatsley's never seen it, it might as well not exist, right?
Hey, I'm not that old!
You never mention a woman's age. I guess it's hard to say what it was for sure.
Care to elaborate on what happened? This all sounds rather mysterious.
Really? You had to hold her hand to see the monsters? That sounds a little contrived.
Huh? That's the part that bothers you?
Maybe the point is more
See,
that it
Lolly here wanted
requires
to take her
direct
first time.
physical contact, whether that be hand-holding or otherwise. But that's neither here nor there. What bothers me is, it sounds like she's convinced that your sibling, the leader of the Abyss Order, is a savior. That really makes me question whose side this girl is on, and whether what she told you about her background is actually the truth. Sorry if that comes across as paranoid. It's just hard not to be suspicious of everything when we're in the middle of a war.
Actually, Paimon feels like you make a fair point.
Whoever this girl is, she sounds like bad news.
Okay,
Oh no, when
you're
you mentioned your
clearly
girlfriend
just
about your
jumping
ex.
to conclusions.
I was gonna say,
It's hard to know what to make of it. A young lady all by herself, lost in the middle of nowhere, sees monsters that no one else can, calls the leader of the Abyss Order her savior. At the very least, we should remain vigilant. Keep a close watch on her.
Sounds sensible. On that note, we probably shouldn't have left her by herself in that cave.
Traveler, we still need some time to muster our forces. Maybe you could check on her if you're not busy. Just be careful.
might as well. She seems to trust me after all.
It's settled then. Let's go check on her. Here we are. Deirdre will still be here, right? Oh, it's so quiet though. Uh-oh. What if Yansan was right? Maybe she never intended to stay here at all.
And move in carefully. Oh god, the broom.
Traveler, watch out!
That's some impressive core strength.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know it was
To
you.
block that.
I heard a noise and I thought it was the monsters coming to get me.
You know, 'cause no
Did I
offense,
hurt you?
ain't no way you wouldn't hear
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Break.
I wasn't
Bone.
thinking straight.
And somehow I still hurt less than I expected.
Phew. That was scary. Paimon thought we'd walked into a trap. Maybe we shouldn't have sneaked in without announcing it. Then you would have known we weren't monsters.
To be honest, I've been really on edge since you left. I just have this constant feeling that any second, the monsters are gonna come back and get me. And it's not like I can run from them. There's also no way to cook here. It's good you got back when you did. Another hour and a half and you probably would have found me starved to death.
Oh, that's weirdly precise. Though, it does explain why your attack on the Traveler was so weak.
Jesus. Didn't
If
even
you
point it
really
out.
thought you were gonna starve or get killed by monsters, why'd you promise that you'd be okay here on your own?
I just didn't want to lose face in front of my hero. She already saved my life once. That's more than enough. I just don't want to come across as a constant burden.
Huh. For someone on the brink of starvation, you're pretty preoccupied with your image. What's the real reason?
What? That is the real reason. I'm kind of bearing my soul here, you know?
Could you really just be an injured civilian?
Anyway, so, could you make me some food now?
You are unbelievable.
Oh, Paimon's getting hungry now, too. Go on, then. You can join us for dinner.
Whew. I am so full. Thanks for saving me, again. Starvation feels like a distant memory now.
No trouble at all.
Huh. You can really pack it away, Deirdith. Guess that
What a
explains how you
cutaway.
had the energy to make it this far.
I tried so hard to hold back, but it looks like I still came across like a total glutton.
Paimon didn't even realize how late it is. Hey, the night sky here is really pretty.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to you both that I'm able to relax and enjoy it. I was cooped up in that cave the whole time you were gone. Now, I'm finally out. The air seems fresher, and the stars more beautiful than ever before.
You weren't in there that long.
Well, she thought she was gonna starve to death.
When I was young, I used to lie on the roof of my house, gazing up at the stars. And often, my mind would drift to this question. Is this starry sky actually real?
Wait, why would she think that? Does she know about the false sky? Now I'm confused.
But my grandma would tell me the answer to that question doesn't really matter. Think of all the people in our village who spend their entire lives here, she'd say. To them, that little village is their whole world. And so, if it's our destiny to live beneath this sky all our lives, then whatever may or may not lie beyond, this is our world. And that sky is real to us.
Paimon kinda gets you, but also not really. Is it kind of like how journeying with the Traveler is everything to Paimon right now?
But also not
I
really.
really treasured my world for a really long time. The village was my everything. The houses, the scenery, stories I always loved to hear about the Savior. But I could never bring myself to agree with Grandma. Even if the village was my entire world, I still had to know what lay outside its borders.
Yeah! Go you!
So, I finally ventured out and set off on my journey to find the Savior. I'm going to make my world bigger, one step at a time. And I'm not going to stop until I've seen what's beyond the stars. Maybe then, I'll finally get an answer to the question I had as a child.
Beyond the stars?
Who knows? Maybe one day, I'll be sitting and chatting just like we are now, but with someone from another world.
Yeah, one day. If only we could tell her. But it's probably best not to open that can of worms right now.
Yeah, let's not
I
cause a
need to find the
paradox.
Savior and protect my world. Then, I can make sure it continues to grow. That's the most worthwhile thing I could think of doing, so I've been giving it everything I've got.
You know what? It's pretty cool. Paimon kinda wants to root for you now.
Sorry. I got a little carried away. I always get chatty after a hearty meal. Just like my grandma.
The more we chat, the more convinced I am that she's not a bad person. Yeah, and I'm getting more confused now about the context. Got a certain piece of information that's getting me confused. Does it sound like she's been brainwashed by the Abyss Order? Maybe we can afford to trust her.
Hold on. Shh. It's them. The monsters are back.
It's not creepy at all.
Oh, still invisible, huh?
In that case... that face.
Can you see them now?
Oh, is this like some time loop nonsense? What is this? It feels like some time loop BS.
Oh, Paimon still can't see anything. But please, be careful.
Settle down! Huh.
Wind strike!
Hello.
As one with wind and cloud!
Bow your head.
Bring it!
Wings of darkness, come!
Hello.
Silence! Let the mighty be humble.
Weird.
Huh? Wow, that was fast! Did you get all of them? Paimon's slowly but surely getting used to the sight of you fighting thin air. You doing alright, Deirdith? Deirdith? Hey, it's okay! There's nothing to be scared of anymore!
Oh, I'm fine. I just spaced out there for a moment.
You... spaced out? That's a pretty bold move under the circumstances.
I was just... the image of the Traveler fighting to protect me. I was trying to commit it to memory. Seems like the least I can do.
Alright. Whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, there are no more monsters in the area, and it's getting late. Why don't you stay here tonight?
Sounds reasonable to Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I'm personally satisfied that Deirdith isn't a threat, but it can't hurt to monitor for another night. I was about to say watch in the morning, we've suddenly run into Dane somehow.
Alright. Deirdith will be... Huh? Deirdith? Why are you going in alone?
About to say, what is that dream exactly? Oh, what the... hello, Night Kingdom. And there we go. Now that answers the question. Aether and the Lord of the Night? It's an odd pairing right there. Bad time to get a headache. I hear a voice in the darkness. That's a terrifying thing to even say that out loud.
Doomsday. A fitting name indeed. A blood-red sky.
Oh my.
Wild beasts that slaughter all in sight. Endless pain. A terrible curse that cannot be reversed. And the birth of a savior.
I guess like they say, every beginning has an end, and every end has a beginning. That is a vicious cycle. What a weird transition to that. That dream I just had. And definitely I could tell there's some timeline mumbo jumbo BS happening right now.
You're awake. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to,
Was she holding my hand? I wonder if that's how we saw that.
You just look quite distressed, like you were having a nightmare.
Yeah, a nightmare's
I
an
thought if I
understatement.
took your hand into mine, you might find it soothing. At least, That's what my family always did when I had nightmares. But it didn't seem to work on you. In fact, I think I made it even worse. I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that right? You
Pyro
better
just
not
be
be trying to pull a
sideways here.
fast one on the Traveler.
What? Don't be so... I have more self-control than that.
Just
Self-control? What does
that
that
lean.
have to do with it?
Still can't remember anything but what did I see in my dream just now? It's a very good question. What was the other twin speaking with the Lord of the Night for? And I'm impressed he was even there in the Night Kingdom in the first place. Makes me wonder if that is what led to the whole Night Kingdom falling apart. With the abyss down there. Never mind, if the memory's gone, I can't force myself to remember it. Oh, you can. It's called slamming your head on a table. P.S. Please do not do that. That is not good life advice or anything. I am not a medical professional. Please do not take that. That was a joke, by the way. I can catch up tomorrow morning.
No way is Paimon getting back to sleep after this. You go ahead. But for the rest of the night, Paimon is staying up to keep an eye on this young lady.
Oh.
Didn't even notice her
Do I
fingers.
really seem that shady to you?
Didn't realize the two fingers there. Thought she was just pointing with her pointer finger. Missed opportunity not to do the
there should be enough food for 3
eyes.
days. Make sure you eat the perishable stuff first, so nothing goes to waste. You can't tell which stuff is perishable, right?
Yeah, I can tell from the ingredients. Thank you so much for making all this for me. 3 days will definitely be enough time for my ankle to heal. Then I'll continue on my journey to find the Savior.
All right, then we'll be off. Bye for now, Deirdith.
Why am I concerned about those 3 days? That feels like the...
See you? Wait! But if this is goodbye, how am I supposed to find you again? Oh, I mean, what if I find your sibling? How am I supposed to let you know?
Ah, that's a good point. We share the same goal, but we're constantly on the road, so we've got no fixed address.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? When the time comes, you can just write a letter to Mawika. She'll be able to find us for sure.
And there we go.
Mawika? Who's Mawika?
Yep. Hold on. Nope.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! But it doesn't look like they're marching to war. More like they're... running away?
Where? What are you talking about?
A bunch of Abyss Order thugs!
Two timelines
You don't see
colliding
them?
with
They're
each other.
heading right this way!
Wait a second.
That's strange. I guess it's my turn to not be able to see the monsters. You're right. I see them now. You weren't joking after all. So this is what it's like.
What a weird situation. What is making these monsters invisible? Is it Deirdith? Or the monsters themselves? Or is it us? Well, might as well mow these ones down, just so they can't pose a threat to the tribes.
Good lord. That really come off as like... goddamn.
Woohoo! All done! Their morale seems super low. Guess they really were on the run, huh?
So there's no more of them, right? I still can't wrap my mind around this. Why couldn't I see them until you took my hand?
Believe me, I'm as baffled as you are. The plot thickens. Turns out there are also monsters which I can see, but Deirdith can't. It's called timelines. You heard of it? It's very obvious what's going on. I feel like the game needs to stop beating around the bush there.
Any ideas on why those monsters might have been running away? Maybe something went down on the front line. Oh, Paimon's getting a little worried about Eon-san and the others. Let's head back to the Masters of the Night Wind right away. We gotta go. Bye for now, Deirdith.
See ya, and please take care.
I'm surprised she was able to run down here with a sprained ankle.
We ran into quite a big group from the Abyss Order just now. Has something happened at the front?
The front line has collapsed.
Huh? But how?
Did they place some secret weapon?
No, relax. Their front line has collapsed, not ours.
You should have started with that.
Feels like you could have phrased that more clearly at the start. But this is good news, right? Why'd you still look so serious?
Did we finally launch an attack?
No, we're still mustering troops. Nowhere near ready to go on the offensive. So at first, I was also confused about what exactly happened out there. But just now, I got the full story from a guard who was on the scene. He watched the enemy lines crumble in real time.
What did he see?
One person. Just a single individual. They stormed the enemy lines and attacked with a vengeance, cutting them down like paper dolls. They wielded an unknown power and fought with a sword style that no one recognized. The guard who relayed this to me said that before he even had time to react, the enemy was decimated.
I think I know what happened.
I'm only recounting what I heard, and I'm sure the guard in question must be exaggerating to some extent. But still, we have to identify this person.
Oh, you don't need to.
And assuming they're a neutral party, we'll need to figure out how to engage with them. Clearly, they're a force to be reckoned with, so we don't want to come across as too weak or too hostile. It's quite a diplomatic conundrum.
You don't need to sweat it, Eon-san. From your description, we're already pretty confident that we know this person.
Yep.
Honestly, with the Abyss Order acting out so publicly, it's about time he showed up.
He never misses an occasion like this.
Dainsleif.
Yep. He's just casually strolling up like that. Were you waiting for me? Yeah, the feeling he was muted.
It's been a while, Dane. And yeah, after we heard what went down, we figured you'd shown up. You caused quite a stir, you know. Oh, this is a friend of ours from Natlan. Her name's Eon-san. She insisted on coming here to thank you in person.
It is my honor, Mr. Dainsleif. Thank you for breaking the stalemate in our war against the Abyss Order. Natlan is fortunate to share a common enemy with such a mighty warrior as yourself.
No need to thank me. I had the Abyss Order for my own reasons.
Please don't mind him, Eon-san. He always talks like that, but he's a pretty nice guy deep down.
Well,
it's quite all right.
Nice is a bit...
Uezo Janssen respects those of great power. It's quite clear that he meant no offense, and I am still delighted to make his acquaintance. Anyway, since you're old friends, I'll leave you to catch up for now. Take your time.
Sure thing. You probably have plenty of other stuff to do anyway, right? Since this war isn't exactly over. See you later, Eon-san!
This is gonna be interesting.
Dang! Would it have killed you to be a little more polite? She's our friend!
Yes, I remember the name, but I will not invest more emotion than is necessary when dealing with the citizens of the Seven. It is a matter of principle for me. Fine, since you helped break the stalemate, we'll let you off the hook.
Ugh, so stubborn. But whatever. So anyway, Dane, do you have any new info about the Abyss Order for us? Any idea what they're trying to achieve with this war, for example?
Never before have I seen the Abyss Order take action on such a large scale. Taken at face value, it seems highly illogical. In a war with Natalese, the odds are stacked firmly against them. They surely can't. Unaware this is their true goal must be deeper.
We thought so too. But it sounds like you're no closer to learning what that goal is than we are.
Been on the case for some time, even captured and interrogated several Abyss Order members. Yet still none the wiser. I can only assume they have gone to great lengths to keep their real operations a secret. Probably. I have a bad feeling about this. The Abyss Order is wasting a lot of its forces to tackling Natlan, so whatever they stand to gain must hold enormous value to them.
What do you think we should do?
Since we lack actionable intelligence for now, we might as well continue to focus on fighting. Leave them to their secret plots. If they're so willing to sacrifice manpower for it, I'll tend to make their sacrifice. Okay. we use this opportunity correctly, I believe we can eliminate the vast majority of Abyss Order's forces. They'll never be able to mount such a large campaign ever again. That outcome is well worth our time. And the sooner we can do that, the better. That's right. The ideal scenario would be to destroy them before they can reach their goal. Yeah.
Paimon gets it! Nothing in the world can satisfy you like making mincemeat out of the Abyss Order, right?
Right.
Wow! Okay. A rare, candid response from Dane.
Sounds like Dean's one-man attack on the enemy front. What about you? Any news to share from your end?
Well, actually, we found her brother's hibernation chamber key near the Collective of Plenty. He must have lost it.
So he's here in person. Unsurprisingly, given the scale of this operation.
Oh, and there's more! After finding the key, we also ran into this weird girl. She kept seeing monsters that we couldn't see, and then, this other time, we saw a load of monsters, but she couldn't. She also said she was on a journey to find the Savior. Her description of this Savior matched the Traveler pretty closely, so we figured it's probably her brother.
Hold on, that girl called him the Savior? And now the bombshell.
Yeah, that's right. Is something the matter, Dane?
Last time I heard that term was before the Cataclysm, and not just that, it referred to your brother then, too. But who would still believe in the myth of the Savior when the Cataclysm had already taken place? It makes no sense. Even before the Cataclysm?
Wait, wasn't her brother called the Prince, though? Where did this Savior thing come from?
Well, when he was first granted the title of Prince, the Vinster King and the entire court of Conria set about loudly proclaiming that might he would. It made it sound as if with him there were all pain and suffering would be washed away and the future Conria would be brighter than anyone could imagine. Savior was the celebratory title given to the prince by those who believed this Broderick. Of course, you know, that story ended. In hindsight, the cruel irony is glaring. All the title really stood for was the Vinster King's lust for power. Ugh.
Sounds like the people of Conria really believed in him.
Is that why Aether is so determined to revive the homeland because he thinks he failed as the Conrian savior? Ugh, that's awkward. God, I'm trying to read that and hope the text doesn't go away. Yikes. Man, this quest would have been better having Yuri Lowenthal here. That certainly doesn't explain everything. There must be other reasons. Yeah, let's not forget the Luma Fate. As for the girl you met, allow me to offer some speculation. It's that she's descended from pure-blood Conrians, afflicted with the curse of immortality. They must be resettled. That would explain how people retain their ancient beliefs, including the myth of the golden-haired savior.
Ah, Paimon gets it now.
Turn that off.
A bit like Kaya, except she grew up somewhere more isolated? Still, that doesn't explain the invisible monster situation.
If she couldn't provide us with any more valuable intelligence, suggest we shift our attention back to the Abyss Order.
Sure. Also, why don't you stay with us at the Masters of the Night Wind for tonight? You must be tired after all that fighting today.
I would consider it, but we must discuss our next steps first thing tomorrow morning. We can't give the Abyss Order any time to regroup. Alrighty. No, we can't give them that much time.
Is that Dane and Neon-san discussing strategy together? Huh. Looks like they're getting along just fine. talking about?
Ah, you're here. I have some good news to share with you. We just got word from the Scions of the Canopy. Their intelligence has reported that they've discovered the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan. After their front lines dissolved, the bulk of their forces fell back to that area. It's also where their central command is located. The location? The Cinder City.
Why am I not surprised?
Cinder City, huh? That tracks. Seems like their kind of place. Hey, this is great! This could be our chance to crush the Abyss Order once and for all! And with any luck, maybe we'll find your brother there too!
Yep, our army is almost ready, and we've sent a message to Mawika to let her know the plan. We can't really launch an operation this big without the okay from the Archon.
Go figure. Beg to differ, this is wasting time. You have the intel you need, so act on it. Every second delay only increases the Abyss Order's odds of survival.
I've already explained my reasoning, Mr. Dainsleif. I understand your concern, but an immediate strike is not on the cards for us.
Very well. Then I will go there alone. Thank you for the intel you
You're
mentioned.
gonna go on your own? Come on, be sensible. Just wait a tiny bit longer, and you'll have a whole army going with you.
It's all right. I support your decision, Mr. Dainsleif.
Huh? Shouldn't you be talking sense into him?
I admire his courage, and I believe he is strong enough to take on the Abyss Order on his own. And even if things don't go to plan, he just needs to bide his time until we arrive with reinforcements.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Mr. Dainsleif, I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Looks like he's waiting for you to say something, Traveler.
Allow me to join you, Dean.
For a second there, Paimon actually thought he was gonna brave it alone. And then he called his own bluff. Is this the place? The Abyss Order's hideout in Natlan?
Looks like it. All the years, the Abyss Order have managed to either stay hidden or fiercely defend their position. This may be the first chance I've ever had to finally make a serious dent in their forces. Which reminds me, once the fight starts, I can't promise I'll be able to all have your back at a moment's notice. But if you run into any Abyss-powered mechanisms, feel free to leave them to me. I'll take care of them when I can.
It's been so long since we fought with Dane side by side. Paimon's confident we can clear this place out long before Eon-san arrives. And if you get to meet your brother again, even better. Let's go!
Nope. In this battle, Dean will show you the might of Twilight Sword. Summon him to clear up the obstructions that bar your path. The swordsmanship Dean has mastered as Conrad, his court guard captain, allows him to easily ellipse the weakness and imposing towards his long war against the Abyss starts made him highly vigilant of their weakness, allowing him to also destroy their void wards. Weird why they are giving words like that so specific.
Oz, reveal thyself!
The tides beckon.
From the ash,
Oh, hello.
you hear Inferno!
Bow your head.
Time reminder. Coming.
Very different battle from the one we fought with Eon-san. No one's backing down. They're fighting back with everything they have.
Let the mighty be humbled.
Peace be with you.
ate it this time. I can sit down. Okay.
By royal decree.
Bow your head.
Letting brave names echo!
Silence! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
One with nature.
Odds for
Tales. The relentless specter that haunts us. The abyss is all present. To flee is futile. To resist it, vain.
As you wish me.
Hear the echoes of the valley!
An oversight on my part.
Bring it!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Will
Nope. Here's the subjugator.
Twilight Sword Dainsleif. Is this really what you want?
It is indeed. I will take every opportunity to hunt you down to the last man.
So where's the Traveler's brother then? Or is this guy supposed to be in charge here?
So, this is a hunt to you. I must say I pity you, Dainsleif. The death you dole out so readily to others is a luxury you yourself cannot enjoy. But today, that is the least of your worries. Do you realize that all your years of pursuing us are being rendered utterly meaningless, even as we speak?
Two riddles tire me. The overwhelming advantage is ours, at least for the moment. You know what that means for you. I'd like to see what makes you believe you've already won, or that you can still turn the tide of this war.
Then allow me to be frank. As far as we are concerned, our prince has already won by other means.
Oh boy.
And I do not merely mean this battle. No. His Highness has achieved something far greater. For today, the Abyss Order's greatest wish has finally been fulfilled.
Does that mean?
Our Highness quietly infiltrated the Night Kingdom to exploit that realm's past experience with ley line reconstruction.
Yep.
And then used the Loom of Fate to reweave the ley lines of Conria.
What? He used the Loom of Fate?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Does this mean the attack on the Masters of the Night Wind was all a smokescreen to give him some cover? Oh no! This makes too much sense.
Correct. As of now, our homeland has been revived. And all of my comrades that you have slain, Dainsleif, they shall forget the struggles that have beset them these past 500 years, and begin their lives anew in a Conria restored to life.
What a load of drivel. Your falsehoods are riddled with flaws. My ears tire of your tedium. Isn't there more than reviving a homeland?
Right! You still need a few steps after that, such as finding a place to host the ley lines you just re-wove.
Yep.
Plus, if it was really so easy, Moika and the captain would have had a way easier time during the war.
I had one simple question. If Conria has been indeed revived as you claim, then where is it?
Oh, you poor fools. Clinging to delusions, even after the truth has been plainly revealed to you. Think back on the past few days. Have you truly not noticed anything amiss since the start of the war?
I sensed something strange in my dream. It was vague, but it seemed as if some noise had found its way into Natlan's ley lines.
Oh, what does that mean?
Hard to say. I don't think it had any tangible effect on the Night Kingdom or on our ley lines, but still. It's like a signal that exists on a different dimension of reality. It might not interfere with ours or pose any detectable risk, but I just get the sense that something strange is going on.
I also vaguely remember seeing Aether in the Night Kingdom facing the Lord of the Night. Wait, that's not all. There were other signs as well. I was gonna say the meditations, I would assume. Assuming he's right, then other possibilities arise. Maybe I'm in a different time and space from Deirdre, and if she's Conria like Dane suspects, then that means this revived Conria that he speaks of might actually exist, and despite hailing from a separate time and space, Deirdre has found a way to communicate with us. Whatever may be going through your mind right now, do you trust it? I urge you not to believe his lies. The notion that Conria has been revived is preposterous. Unless I see it with my own eyes, I refuse to entertain it. This is the only one thing that should demand our attention is this instant, and that is silencing this man for good. Yeah, we'll agree with that one.
Silence!
By royal decree.
All right. Be baptized.
Bow your head.
You the abyss. My body is filled.
But the mountain's veins boil.
Will not bring shame to the name of the abyss.
Be sanctified. Silence!
Enough of you, buddy.
You battled in vain!
That should be all of them, right? So, we've destroyed the Abyss Order's headquarters in Natlan, but somehow, that didn't feel satisfying at all. Are you still thinking about what that guy said? You look really worried.
Judith is the only potential lead we have. I understand you think she might be from the revived Conria, yes? I've said my piece. I doubt Conria could have been revived so easily, but if it will give you some peace of mind, you should talk to her and test your theory. I'll stay here and do some post-battle cleanup. Perhaps there are still some clues left to be found. Is my man knocked out? Oh. That your voice and attitude seem familiar? My mistake. I should have made sure you were dead earlier. The curse of immortality has struck you too, then, Hayden.
500 years on, and you still refuse to address me as master. Don't forget, Daneslith. You may be the renowned Twilight Sword, while my arm has grown too feeble to swing a blade. But I taught you everything you know about wielding a blade.
Huh. Your arrogance and malice cost you all of my respect long ago.
Be that as it may, under the circumstances, I see no further reason for us to fight. The curse of immortality means neither of us has a way to completely destroy the other.
Damn. Immovable object versus immovable object. Speak for yourself. I intend to kill you 100 times over. Oh boy. My man about to be the equivalent of just dissecting him 1,000 times. Why did I just hear Hydro? Right there at the split second. 3 hours later.
Have you finally had enough? You weren't joking then, huh? Never in all my worst nightmares have I experienced anything close to the pain of 100 deaths. Surely, there's no point taking out all your hatred on me alone.
That was just for your actions in the Abyss Order. If I take into account what you did in Conria, you soon find out how much darker your nightmares can become.
Alright, I believe you. Still, aren't you at least a little tired now? Why don't we sit down, perhaps? Chat a little.
What is this?
What? Not a fan of reminiscing about old times? Well, I suppose you don't have many fond memories to look back on.
I never thought you sided with the Abyss Order, Hayden. You could have easily blamed the Prince for his betrayal.
Indeed. When the cataclysm first struck, everyone prayed for the Savior to deliver them, but he was nowhere to be found. Yes, we knew that the great abyssal power within him had been divided up. Yet we still despaired at his choice to leave us. Still, I believe that everything he's doing now, including his regret over what happened, comes from a genuine place in his heart. And besides, who else can we place our faith in? We are proud Conrians, are we not? I mean, we can hardly turn to the gods.
I suppose you've changed a lot over the 500 years. Otherwise, I'd never expected you to forgive him. Had you been so generous during your time at Knight Academy as my instructor in Black Serpent blade work, I might not have came to loathe you so much.
Is that so?
All my good deeds were clearly in the spirit of the Academy's code of chivalry, yet I received corporal punishment for being restless and brash. As much as it pains me to bring up his name, even my co-student, Sertology, was prosecuted for following the spirit of knighthood, even lost limbs over it. Ayo, what? There's little point discussing it now, of course, but all of this was your doing, wasn't it, Hayden? You wore a mask of benevolence as your vicious suppressed the next generation of knights, all to bolster your own position and reputation. Damn. What, too cowardly to admit it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dainsleif. I would apologize to you for those actions, truly. But the fact is, I honestly can't remember them anymore.
Damn.
Look at me. Look at what has become of me. Only by the Abyss's grace have I managed to maintain this physical form. But as for the rest, memories, spirit, emotions, personality, they have long become eroded, fragmented beyond recognition. Even if mine was a past steeped in sin, or in shame I once longed to hide, I would wish to remember it.
Damn.
Without my history, I fear I will become another person entirely. I would like to apologize for any misdeeds that are mine. So please, tell me everything. Tell me about the Conria we once called home.
No wonder your personality struck me as different. Memories are indeed a crucial part of a person's identity. So, the Conria we once called home? Oh boy. Mind. All the sights, memories, and feelings, everything etched into the heart and mind. Simply recalling everything seems to take a long time.
You seem to remember much. Could you tell me more about it? About our golden age?
I'm not interested. I have neither the time nor the sympathy. Damn.
Is that so? What a pity. But this will be quite sufficient, as long as the loom of fate heard what I could not.
Loom of fate, what have you done? Tell me.
I'm afraid I owe you yet another apology, Dainsleif. You were right. I lied to you earlier. Your wits are too sharp to be fooled by me. The homeland hasn't yet been revived. In fact, even the ley line weaving is not yet complete.
Yeah.
Think of ley lines as the collection of memories concerning a given place. To reweave Conria's ley lines as they were 500 years ago, we would somehow need to retrieve almost all the memories of Conria from that age. The loom of fate cannot weave without an abundant supply of memories. And so, we relied on everyone in the Abyss Order to provide what they could. Even though fragments are all that remain in most cases, the more we all share, the more that can be restored.
Interesting. So the Loom of Fate is running as we speak, and the so-called meditation your members have been performing, its purpose was to supply the Loom with memories, wasn't it?
Indeed. We are people in exile, stranded 500 years in the future. We'll weave our homeland anew and bring the nation of our dreams back into the real world. Ah, what a glorious undertaking!
I hate the irony, because I believe the chapter labeled for Conria literally says about dreams. I forget the name of that chapter. Ah, that is the worst time I
What a
forget that name in
shame
that chapter.
it had to take this long.
Dreams yet to be
After
dreamed.
500
That's what it was.
years, most of our memories have faded, and a world woven from broken memories shall itself be broken.
I hate the irony that my brain is now going back and being like, what coincidence to think Zhong Li was talking about keeping a backup. And here we are talking about the Loom of Fate and memories needing to be used to reconstruct Conria. When that is the definition of a walking memory bank. Right there. Good lord. So that's where I'm supposed to come in. You look for assistance from your mortal enemy who has sworn to hunt you down. Damn!
Precisely. For you possess a ring left to you by your elder brother, which continuously resets your body's condition.
Ayo, what?
Of course, your memories are susceptible to erosion just like ours. But of all Conrians who remain, you are sure to remember the most.
Oh, that has to suck.
We had to obtain the memories in your mind, whatever the price. Even if it meant sacrificing our entire army. as bait.
That delivery on that bait. Sorry, that was too good. So this was your true goal, to lure me here, guide me into a state of meditation, and access my memories. So be it. A few of my fitting memories for your entire army. That strikes me as a fair trade. I appreciate your generosity. You're gambling everything you have on the limb of fate. This could be a costly mistake for you in the long run.
Perhaps. But that is the gamble our Highness has chosen to make. And thanks to you, the loom of fate has now finished weaving the ley lines. New Conria is complete!
I was gonna say, at that point, just create a whole new area. Why bother reconstructing an area that's lost? Enough about your beloved leader. You said you would pay any price for my memories, did you not? In that case, prepare to be slain 100 times for your deception. Hope it was worth it. Oh no. Oh, nah, I would have been perfect. Cut that away. Just hear the fight breaking out. Yeah, it would have been perfect. Just have that fight breaking out. Where the...
All right.
It's Judith! Great! She's still here!
Uh-oh. I'm now concerned. Oh no. What is this? Could this be the Cataclysm? I was gonna say, this definitely don't fit, because why is the... I can't even tell if that's supposed to be the volcano on top of the mountain, or if that's something else. Is this where Deirdre is right now? So she really is...
We're not from the same world, are we?
I was gonna say, it's almost like two worlds are clashing at the same time. No, I came from your future. Yep, there we go. There we go. The classic age-old, you mess with the past, that becomes your new future. Something, insert the endgame conversation with Professor Hulk.
Wait, but that's great! That means the world isn't going to end.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
In that case, tell me, what happens to Conria? What happens to my homeland?
Do we tell her?
No, wait. Don't answer that.
Yeah, because then we'd be creating a paradox.
We can only fight for our future if the future is unknown. I still believe the Savior can turn things around.
I'll admit.
I'll carry on looking for him.
This vista
even
looks
if you're not
amazing.
there to protect me.
Even if it's terrifying.
Although, in a way, I've already found my savior. It's you. You protected me, and I believe you can protect us all. You're the one who can change everything. It's just too bad that we're not from the same time or place.
Yep. Oh no.
Oh, one last thing before I forget. I know how much you want to find your brother. Surely he must be desperate to find you too. So, is there anything you can give me as a memento? Proof that we met? That way, when I do find him, I can convince him that you're also searching for him.
A memento. Yep. Knew it. Now we circle back to this weird dilemma.
Huh? What is it?
Game, ain't no way you gonna get... Yep, there we go, yep. She was the heli troll. If this is her future, if this is her fate, oh God, why the game gotta give us this choice? Like, on one hand, I'm like, I want to keep, but I'm like, I feel like she's our past, so not giving it to her just denies the future we're in. So, just, oh my God, this is truly a paradox. Ah, screw it, give it to her. Because I feel like not giving it to her will just cause something else, and we'll just keep the cycle from going. What in the world? Oh. So that's what happened. Isra, the ruler of time, must have had a hand in this. Ayo. Yo. Istroth? There's no other way that this meeting could have taken place. Alright, now I'm beginning to think the rulers aren't really the bad people in this question now. You knew this all along. I knew the only ending I've always been curious about, the events that led to it. When the cataclysm first began 500 years ago, I, as the Prince of Conria, was preparing to do my part, to fight back with all my might. But then this girl, Deidrith, she found me. The irony was that even she was desperately begging me to save the world, she brought me the news of you. I was stunned and I was suspicious of her claim that you were searching for me, but then she showed me the key to your hibernation chamber. So, we've been separated ever since I woken into that. I searched the whole planet and found no trace of you anywhere. Then she brought me that news at the worst possible moment. So wait. Is that implying Conry is a separate planet? Tevat is a separate one. And Tevat and Conry maybe bashed each other into by accident? Now I'm confused. At first I thought it was like, oh, Conry is maybe it just got cut off from Tevat. Maybe they just sank it to the bottom. Now this just makes this even more confusing. Now it makes it 10 times more confusing. But I guess I'm reading too much into it. I was faced with an extremely difficult decision. I desperately wanted to see you again, but Conrad was in equally desperate need of my help. I knew that no matter what I chose, I would regret my decision for the rest of my days. So I steered myself against the guilt and made my decision. I went to see you. And then... But when I found you, you were still in hibernation. Even the key to the chamber was still secure on your person. 3 keys existing simultaneously in that moment? I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing, but there was no time to think. I just grabbed you and ran. That's where we are right now. An intersection in our memories. This question has haunted me for the past 500 years. I never imagined the answer would come to me like this. So my actions 500 years in the future set everything in motion. Are you mocking me, Istroth? I don't think she's mocking you. I think it's something else. Judith succeeded in bringing us together, but unfortunately it is versions of us 500 years apart. Yeah, that has to be weird. She hoped that the Savior would rescue Conrad, save the entire world, but instead the news she brought led the Savior to make the complete opposite decision. How awful. Is that her fate? Is that how her story must end? Not yet. I've taken a very important step now. The ley lines of Conry are complete. Always thought Teyvat's ley lines were locked by the heavenly principles. No more can be added. Existing ones can't be replaced. Then I learned that Natlan's Night Kingdom appeared to be an exception to the rule, and it had intricately intrigued me ever since. So I directed the Abyss Order to fire an attack on Natlan, buying me some time to enter the Night Kingdom and negotiate with the Lord of the Night. Unfortunately, for other reasons, even the Night Kingdom couldn't host any new ley lines. The most I could get was some room to carry out the weaving process. The Lord of the Night did say before that she can only reconstruct Natlan's ley line. It's probably for the same reason. Still, I received the Night Lord's permission and activated the Loom of Fate. Using an intervent as the base, I was able to grow a realm based on the Conria of 500 years ago, superimposing it over present day's Natlan space-time. That superimposition is what allowed you and Dietrich to cross paths. Ah, there we go. Dimensions broke. That's what I saw in my dream. He's not lying about that, at least, but what I don't understand is why did the Lord of the Night agree to this? After that, the new Conry was enriched with memories of the old, drawn from the Abyss Orders, members in their meditation session. Ooh, those memories as raw material, the superimposed realm as a template, the Loom of Fate will finally finish its work. Now I hold in my hand is the Atlas of the New World. Oh. This is the product of the Loom of Fate, holding it within the entire network of the new Conria. Ley lines with this, the nation once known as Conria can rise again. One day I will find a suitable host location for it. Yeah, why is reviving it so important to you? Is it really just because of guilt? Damn. Getting called out. When I first arrived in Conria 500 years ago, my memory was completely blank. It was only after I had served as their prince for many years that I slowly began to remember everything, including you. What, your memories were erased? But recovering old memories didn't simply erase the part of my life I spent in Conria. I still see it as my second home. This is why my guilt weighs so heavily on me, even so, that only constitutes part of my motive. More importantly, if I wish to speak with the heavenly principles as an equal, I will need the might of an entire world behind me. Oh, speaking of them. I don't know why, but the way you're talking, it doesn't sound like you at all. This almost gives me like the future version of him, not the past. It's like, now it's confusing me what's going on. It's like, are we dealing with a different Aether? Bro, my mind is like even more confused. But I'm now confused on who was the heavenly principal there watching us.
Our hero is back! Everyone's been waiting for you!
Yeah, don't know how I feel about
The
that.
Abyss Order made a full retreat before our forces even arrived on the scene. All thanks to your efforts, no doubt. Oh, and Mr. Dainsliff's, of course. Hmm? What's wrong? You look upset.
Paimon doesn't know the details either. The Traveler just disappeared after taking Deirdre's hand. It was like they got sucked into another world. Paimon was looking all over for her, and then she suddenly reappeared, right back in the same spot. But looking a lot more glum.
I need some time to take everything in. Thanks, you lolly. I wasn't expecting that. That animation, though.
I think I got the gist of what happened. Something to do with your brother? I spoke with the Lord of the Night in a dream just now, and learned quite a lot.
Oh, you don't say.
Huh? You met your brother?
I did.
And you didn't think to tell Paimon right away? Well, oh, never mind. Paimon can see that you're pretty down right now. But let's go over everything later, alright?
What your brother accomplished? It all but defies comprehension. I was stunned when I heard about it too. But what surprised me the most was that the Lord of the Night actually chose to allow it.
That caught me off guard too.
The Lord of the Night did try to explain it to me, but in a word, it's complicated.
Yep, I can imagine.
During the war with the Abyss, Mawika had an argument with the captain. Mawika believed that we should fight to protect our culture and memories, while the captain believed the preservation of the ley lines should come before all else. So, the Lord of the Night was very intrigued when presented with the Loom of Fate, and informed of its ability to weave ley lines. She saw your brother's actions as a potential third option, namely to preserve an entire nation in the form of an atlas.
One man holding the entire world up. What a fitting word to use.
Preserve a nation? You've definitely lost me now.
You're not the only one. Paimon's got no idea what's going on either.
With that in mind, the Lord of the Night gave the go-ahead once she was satisfied that the Loom of Fate wouldn't have any real effect on Natlan. However, I believe she imposed an additional condition of her own.
Wise of her.
An additional condition? Did she ask for something in return?
I don't think it's something in return.
No idea. She wouldn't tell me what it was.
Huh.
Wonder if that was Renova.
Alright, well, let's not overthink this for now. We just won a war. Time for a well-earned drink to celebrate. I trust the Lord of the Night unreservedly. I'm sure she only involved herself to take a problem off our hands, so it's one less thing for us to worry about.
Yeah, but I'm concerned about what that problem was.
Don't you agree, Traveler?
I still feel like it's a mess, though.
Come on, let's head back to the Collective of Plenty. Oh, Verissa should be there too. We'll treat you to a real feast.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Damn.
Ian-san, leave her be. This might be hard to understand for an extrovert like you, but some people need alone time to recharge every once in a while.
Relatable.
Traveler?
Damn. Let me guess. Before you knew it, you've fallen asleep, drowning in a myriad of thoughts. Faintly sense what feels like someone clasping your hand. But this time it sends you into a deep sleep where sweet dreams await. Damn. Why is it always, these quests always find a way of being like bordering on the territory of like 30 million things, and I'm just like, I feel like again I'm that meme. Just my hands are on the back of my head, and I'm just like, just jaw wide open, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I really don't know. So let's see, is the item still in here? Yeah, I don't think it is. Yeah, so something tells me, like, even if we didn't give her the item, I would imagine that that's where then the trapper would have came in and just gave it to her. The fickleness of fate's a bit, quite frankly, fate is a bitch you cannot defy, sadly. But I have so many questions now, because I'm like, okay, I'm now confused. Are Conry and Tevat separate entities? Are they implied to be planets? And I hate the irony of the mentioning about the... That it's like, okay, now I'm really confused. We were told Conrail was below Tevat. Why did she mention that she could see the stars? Does that mean Conrail was a separate planet then? Because now I'm really confused. Because now that doesn't make sense. Because last time we knew, Conrail was underneath Sumeru. Was supposed to be down there. How are they seeing the stars or the sky, period? That don't make sense. It's like, now that makes me think that maybe Conrail is like part of the map somewhere. Because I know there's like, yeah, there's like all of this part of the map we can look over, but it's like nowhere connected. But there's nothing over here. It's like the game's implying there's something over here, but there's nothing. Yeah, because it's, I believe, should be roughly around here, I think? Or, actually, no, I think it's all the way over here, right? It's like over here because the door, you can find it down below. I forget. I know the door is like somewhere in the desert. And you can go to it, and it's just like, that was like the closest we assumed was the door. And I think most of the lore was implying that Conrail was below Tevat. Like it was a layer thing. But now I'm like, okay, are we dealing with a planet situation? Where two planets collided? Gonna see it? But I am very curious to see, who was that? When we saw the red stars. Who was that? I do find it ironic to then mention Istaroth. But then I'm like, could that be possibly Renova, maybe? Messing with them? Messing with the twin? But I'm like, I feel like Renova would have made her appearance a lot more prevalent. But again, we know Renova. We don't know any much about Istaroth. We just learned about the Ruler of Life. Last update. Ah, and her name is... I'm forgetting the name, and I hate it because it's like, it was such a name that I wasn't expecting. And again, it feels weird to go from one patch where we were getting like small lore bits and here and there answer questions, and then just lore bomb dropped right there, Ruler of Life, and now here we are again now with the Ruler of Time now being mentioned. Like, what? And now I'm just like, okay, now I'm really confused about the state between Tevat and Conria. Because I'm like, now I'm confused about these two places. It's like, now they don't sound like they're in one place. Now they sound like they're in two separate places. Because now I'm confused, and then the whole... Did Mihoyo just casually just stroll into the whole multiverse joke right there? With this whole quest? Now I'm really confused. Now I'm just really confused. I'm like, what the hell? And then the spaceship mention, I'm like, huh? I was like, we quickly jumped over to Honkai Star Rail real fast. What the hell? Good lord. I haven't even played that game yet. There's so many things that I'm like, I'm sure there's someone else who's much more knowledgeable of the lore will probably be able to explain this stuff much more easier and much more simpler than me. But I'm like, what in the world was this quest? I love it, but Jesus Christ, what? It is like, it feels like Inception just happened. Just like, what just happened? It felt like 3 different story plots were happening at once, but they all were in one cohesive story. And they were finding their way to coincidentally fit. Like what? I don't even know what to say. Good lord. Great interlude quest, I'll say that. It's always the twins interlude quest is always the most interesting one, because it always feels like it leaves me with... What? Leaves me with that. Just like, age-old, we got our answers, but then we got 30 million other questions. And now this one truly makes me be like, what in the world? What can of worms, literally, did we open? But whatever. But also, on the totally different note, kind of cool to hear Paimon's new voice. We'll say I like it. It gives me the original OG voice that they were trying to go for. Like, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, as in the voice of Paimon back in the 1.0 era. Like, back in the beginning of the Mondstadt quest, where it was a lot more soft-spoken. And I will say, I already like this. I like it better than the annoying high-pitched sound, I will admit. I will sadly agree with a lot of those people that, yeah, that high-pitched sound was a little ear-piercing for a character who's supposed to be more, I won't say kid-like in energy. I guess enthusiastic would be the right word. But, hey, I like it. It's better. Better than what we were getting, and hopefully they keep that direction and don't start going back to that direction, because I think people will be annoyed with that, because I feel like that was kind of what lost a bit of the game's charm, was shifting that tone, telling Paimon's VA to raise the pitch to sound more squeaky when don't need to do that. But either way, man, I don't even know what to say. Like, I want to end this video, but I'm like, I don't even know what to say to y'all. I'm dumbfounded as y'all. Like, holy cow. But knowing we have Skirk's quest, which I have a feeling will probably answer even more questions, and probably bring more of them. More questions, but that do be Genshin. Genshin do have the I don't have time to explain, I don't have time to explain. In true Destiny fashion. Borrowing from Destiny, that's for sure. Either way, hopefully y'all enjoyed that.
How many forging commissions do I still?
Hopefully y'all like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I'll see y'all next time.